Hey guys, what's up? Brent here. Welcome back. And in this tutorial, I'm going to show you the basics of layers and how to work with them. Photoshop layers, basically, they're like sheets of acetate. Now, if for those of you who don't know what acetate is, they're basically overhead projector sheets. Those were, for me, they were huge back in the late 80s, early 90s. I don't know if they're around much now, if they're still used a lot, but basically they're transparent sheets of paper that you can write on, you can print on, just like a normal sheet of paper, but they are transparent and the light can shine through them and it projects a much larger image mirrored, sort of like looking through magnifying glasses onto a huge screen or a wall, whatever. Basically, layers are just like those sheets. Now you can see right through the transparent areas of those sheets and down to the layers below. So basically, what you're doing is you're positioning your layers and the content of the layers, much like sliding those sheets of acetate in a stack. Okay, and you can also change the opacity of the layers to make content, partially transparent. Sort of see-through, like I do here. You can see the chains. Okay, right? You can see some of the chains through that, right? Some of the opacity and stuff I've changed, right? Like in my light effects and stuff, and right, so that I could have those sort of pop through just a little bit, right? It's all blending techniques and stuff, and I'll get into that in other training videos. Don't worry. Um, let's see. You can also you use layers to do tasks like compositing multiple images, adding text. You can also add vector graphic shapes. You can also add layer styles for effects such as drop shadows, glows, things like that. Like I have here glow colors. I have adjustments here. Let's see, text. I have some drop shadows and glows and bevels and stuff like that. Okay. Um, Getting organized with your layers. Okay, watch this, right? I'm going to open up all this stuff, okay? Starting to get crazy. Alright, a new image basically is a single layer, okay? Now, you can see all these little thumbnails here, okay? These are all different little, pieces of images that I've found that I've brought into this to make what you see in front of you. Okay, now each one of these is a single layer. All right, the number of additional layers, layer effects, layer sets that you can add to an image is basically limited, only by the amount of memory on your computer. And that's really cool of Photoshop, right? It doesn't limit you to how many. Guys, I think I have. Okay, I've got one project that I've been working on, and it's something that has to do with offline marketing. Uh, trying to market my business offline, and I think it contains like close to 200 layers. I'm not joking, guys. Right? So that's what's really cool about, as long as your computer is up to par and up to snuff for photoshopping and stuff like that. Go nuts, go nuts. Add different things, add different elements, and start building, beautiful projects, beautiful creations. Okay. Now, when you're working with your layers, you work with them in the panel, which is over here on the right hand side. And this is where you would tie in those group organizations, right? That I talked about in the groups section. Okay. Now, you want to make sure that you're grouping your layers together accordingly, so that Now, remember I was talking about you can move, right? Now watch. Okay. Watch what happens when I take this and move it above my light effects. Okay. Now, let's get it back. Okay. You have to be careful when you're grouping and making your layers. Don't forget, everything is stacked, right? And it's stacked accordingly so that they show up accordingly. And you don't want to disturb that stack because then things are going to show up where you don't want them to show up. Okay? And one thing I can't stress enough is that you're naming everything properly. I mean, guys, could you imagine going into a project with 200 layers and not know where to find a hot spot on a chain or something like I've got here? Okay, right up here, my hot spots. Okay, could you imagine if you didn't? You have to know what you're looking at. So it's got to be quick. It's got to be, you got to get in there, get out, get it done. But at the same time, this is why I'm showing you all this stuff so you guys can do it yourself. So you save you guys some money, and you're not outsourcing all this stuff. All this junk all the time. Use that outsourcing. Put it to something you don't want to do. If you hate writing, like I do, outsource your articles. Outsource your blog posts, outsource your ebooks, your sales copy, whatever. If you don't like writing that stuff, use your money for that. Graphics and Photoshop can be fun. I'm telling you, I've been in here. I got hooked on this stuff by my good friend Chad Nicely, and let me tell you, I don't think I've put it down. There hasn't been a day where I've not gone into Photoshop. I'm telling you, I like it. It's just you find one thing you work on, and then it hooks you. Anyway, enough of the ramble. Back to the training. You can create layers for non-destructive editing, so like adjustments, colors, glows, things like that. Okay, text effects. These are all non-destructive layers. Basically, what that means is I can go place some adjustments on top of a layer. Okay, I can make my adjustments and not destroy the picture. Okay, not destroy the pixels, the original pixelization of this picture, right? I can just turn it off, and there you go. That's what it originally looked like before I added my final, my final touches to it. This is what the picture looked like, right? Turn my adjustments back on, boom, there it is, hot, ready to go. Okay, and that's what's another cool feature about Photoshop. Okay, you're not going to destroy the original. So if you screw up, you don't like it, whatever, it's okay. Just turn it off. Turn it off, delete it, whatever you want to do. I think that's about it, guys. There's another type of layer called a smart object layer, and basically it's the same thing as, well, kind of the same idea, I guess, as, it's another non-destructive layer. You can stretch it, crop it, whatever, and not lose the original ratio of pixels. Okay, so whether you stretch it or shrink it, it's, the pixelization is going to be the same. The quality of the picture is going to be the same. Okay, but I'll get into that. There's a whole other training video specifically for working with smart objects and how to work smarter with them. So check that out. I think you'll get some good stuff out of that one. Basically, a quick overview of the panel here. You have your panel options for all your different layer options and groups and things like that. Don't forget, groups you can do blending and things like that to entire groups, just like you can single layers. Okay, Photoshop's really cool like that, guys. But again, your duplicate stuff, your new groups from layers, convert to smart object, blending options. Okay, it's all there. You can also just right click. Okay, and everything becomes open there as well. You can also drag this down to here. So wherever you want a new group from that, you want a new layer from that, okay, you can do that as well. You can trash everything. You can hide specific elements and then make them reappear again just by clicking these little eyeballs over here. Okay, I think you guys get the idea about that. You know, and all your adjustments and things like that are over here as well, which I showed you in the organizational stuff, and how to you know, set up your workspace, and explained all this stuff here. Basically, these are all different things that I use on a regular basis. Okay, you know, want to make some adjustments. I want to, you know, come here, adjustments there, right? So okay, my colors and everything's there, right? So let's close that. I think that's about it, guys. I think you guys get the picture here. You know, this basically just to show you what a layer is, how to work with it. One other thing, you can also change the transparency. Just come here, edit, preferences, transparency and gamut, and then right here you can change the grid, what the color of the grid is, you know, what's easy to work for your eyes, and what you can recognize as a transparent background. You know, you can change the opacity of the background. Okay, I think that's about it, guys. Have fun. Remember, name everything accordingly, so that you will remember what you're looking at and what you want to edit. There's no confusion. Yeah, so that's basically it, guys. Take care, have fun, and we'll see you in the next one.